Welcome to Queensland's Complaints Landscape presentation for community organisations. The Queensland Ombudsman acknowledges the traditional owners of the land throughout Queensland and their continuing connection to land, culture and community. We pay our respects to elders past and present. The objectives of this presentation are to help you understand Queensland's complaints landscape and to give you information and resources that you can use to help your clients when they are making complaints. We are an independent complaints agency. Anthony Riley is the current Queensland Ombudsman. The Queensland Ombudsman is accountable to Parliament rather than the government of the day. No one can direct how our investigations should be conducted, whether we should or should not investigate particular complaints, or the level of priority we give to investigations. The only exception is when Parliament or a parliamentary committee refers matters to us for investigation. The Queensland Ombudsman gives people a timely, effective and independent way to investigate administrative actions of agencies. Our complaints investigation service is free and confidential. Under the Ombudsman Act 2001, we investigate complaints about the decisions and actions of state government departments and agencies, including state schools and TAFE, local councils and public universities. We can recommend ways to fix unfair decisions, actions and services. What is a complaint? A complaint is defined in the current Australian Standard for Complaints Management as an expression of dissatisfaction made to or about an organisation related to its products, services or staff, or the handling of a complaint where a response or resolution is explicitly or implicitly expected or legally required. Examples of complaints we receive are a decision to refuse you a service or subsidy, the way your application has been handled, a decision to exclude you from a program or service, fees or charges, the conduct of an officer, or a policy or procedure. The complaints landscape. When you have a problem with a government agency, it can be difficult to know who to complain to. The following details will guide you. How to progress a complaint. Step 1. Contact the agency first. The agency won't know there is a problem if you don't tell them. Give them a chance to fix the matter. That is the fastest way to resolve a complaint. Tell the agency what happened, why it's wrong, and how you think it should be resolved. All Queensland state and local government agencies are required by law to have a complaints management system, referred to as a CMS. A CMS should be visible on the agency's public website and in the agency's offices. Information about the CMS should be provided in a range of languages, and the agency should provide a range of ways to make a complaint. Agencies should provide reasonable assistance to people making a complaint and also allow people to make anonymous and representative complaints. You and the agency have rights and responsibilities. You should treat the agency with respect and courtesy, talk about the problem, consider different perspectives and approaches, work out the complaint issues, supporting information and requested outcomes, focus on how best to persuade and influence the agency to resolve the complaint, set out your information in a clear, simple and ordered way, act as soon as aware of the problem. Delayed complaints may not be actioned. The agency should treat you with respect and courtesy, give assistance to make a complaint if needed, send a prompt acknowledgement of your complaint, contact you to clarify and discuss your complaint, update you on progress, contact you about any issues or information significant to your complaint so you can respond, and send a decision on your complaint, including the reasons, any actions taken, and available review options. What to include in your complaint. Make sure you clearly describe the complaint, focusing on the major issues, explain the impact of the issues on relevant parties, explain why you think the decision or service is wrong or unfair, explain what you think needs to be fixed or changed, use the word complaint, ask that the complaint is managed under the CMS, ask the agency to acknowledge the complaint and get in touch with you to discuss, and ask for a written response. Step 2 in progressing a complaint is to use the agency's complaints process. If you are not satisfied with the agency's initial response, you can ask for a review. The internal review should be conducted by a senior officer with no prior involvement in the matter and with the authority to change the previous decision. If you remain dissatisfied after receiving the review outcome, you can contact the Queensland Ombudsman or other relevant complaint body. Receiving a response on the agency's review is a final decision from the agency. In most cases, we will only investigate a complaint if you have already complained to the agency and received a final decision from them on the matter. Step 3 in progressing your complaint is that if you are still not satisfied, seek an external review. Finding the correct external complaints body to contact depends on what the complaint is about. For a current list, search for other complaint handling organisations at www.ombudsman.qld.gov.au. This will be the Queensland Ombudsman if your complaint is about the administrative actions and decisions of state government agencies, local councils and public universities. If we can't help you, we'll try and put you in touch with other external complaint handling bodies. Some other complaint handling bodies that may be able to assist you include Energy and Water Ombudsman for energy or water supplied to a home or business, Australian Financial Complaints Authority for banks, credit unions, superannuation and financial services, Fair Work Ombudsman for payment of wages, dismissal and workplace disputes, Office of Fair Trading for products or services bought or rented from a business, Telecommunication Industry Ombudsman for telephone or internet, Office of the Health Ombudsman for health services, Crime and Corruption Commission for corruption and misconduct, and Commonwealth Ombudsman for Australian government departments or agencies. In summary, to progress a complaint, 1. Contact the agency first. 2. Use the agency's complaints process, both initial complaint and internal review. And 3. If you are still not satisfied, seek an external review. Contact us if you are unsure who to complain to, have used the agency's CMS and your complaint has not been resolved, want to make a public interest disclosure, or are a community group and are seeing significant recurring problems for your clients. You can contact us via our website www.ombudsman.qld.gov.au. Other phone and address details are included in the video description.